hear about the guy who shit his pants live on the internet?
What? You?
You're looking at him.
Wow. No, I didn't hear about that, but
It just happened right now.
congratulations, or I'm sorry that happened.
Breaking news. And there's nothing I can do about it except just sit in it.
Do you think we should have... It feels like the phrase breaking news needs to be replaced with something more accurate, because isn't the news broken already?
Depends on who you ask.
I don't think it does. I think you'd actually get pretty unanimous yeses if you like just walked down the street and asked everyone, is the news broken?
Like, I don't know. What did Schefter tweet?
Yeah, that's what everyone would say for sure.
Did Passenbaum or something? I don't know. What news is breaking? Call it breaking wind. Oh, that's just farting. We can't say breaking wind.
No, the news has to be this. The verb is what we're changing.
Oh, I thought we were changing the news.
Well, we are every day with our actions, but...
Wait, what?
I don't know.
We aren't supposed to talk about that.
Oh, publicly. Right. Sorry.
God, you're going to get us arrested again.
Speaking of arrested, have you noticed that you made you made this show happen where now people can see and hear us, hopefully?
That's getting us arrested?
Well, the red light's on in the corner, so I assume that this is happening now.
Are they developing our arrest?
What? Oh, that's bad.
Ha! Thank you.
Oh.
That's showbiz, baby.
Oh, jeez.
I say to myself as I cry in the shower.
That's what you say?
That and the lion does not concern itself with the opinions of sheep.
That's more what I pictured, yeah.
The lion just cries to himself in the shower while the sheep continue to tell him he sucks.
You're just like repeating affirmations about what a high value male you are, and
I'm the alpha. I'm the alpha.
Yeah. It would be very funny for someone to like. It would be a funny scene in a thing. Would be like the stereotypical like sad person in the shower crying, and what they're saying to themselves is, "That's showbiz."
It'd be even funnier if they were in like a public shower, in like a gym shower, and the guy next to me, "You all right?"
That's showbiz. When's the last time you have you ever
showered? Never.
All right. This is just my question is pointless then.
All questions are pointless.
Well, how? Yeah.
And all points are questioned.
I'm trying to think, and it hurts.
I think that Socrates said that or something. I don't know. Was he in the Odyssey? I don't remember.
It's all Greek to me.
Did we get to see Socrates Odyssey?
That's bad. That's bad.
Thank you.
And I don't think you came up with that either.
I definitely didn't.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm going to pretend like I did on the internet.
Okay.
For clout.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That's what life is about.
That is what life is about. You just want to be as popular as possible to a bunch of people you've never met and will never meet.
100%. To the friends we never meet.
Maybe that's why I'm so unhappy, because I don't have that.
That's probably a big part of it.
Yeah, I should just devote every waking minute from now on to gaining the approval of strangers on the internet.
I think I'm going to do that next time there's an election and I vote. I'm going to go in and say, you know what? I'm going to de-vote. Give me my vote back.
I don't know how that's related, but
thank you. You said devote, right. So my mind fixes on one word and just has to think of everything.
God, I'll take your meds, man.
I did, and that's the problem.
All right, stop taking your meds, man. Lord.
You heard it here, folks. Stop taking your meds.
No, I just said that to you.
Oh, well, I don't listen to you. But speaking of you, how are you, Stu?
Oh, I'm just peachy.
No, you're not. You're a person.
I'm peachy. I'm like soft and fleshy and fuzzy and delicious, I assume.
Gross.
And I've got a hard pit inside of me. Yeah, I'm fine, man. It does feel good that it's still light out, and I'm already. This started in the last couple days, where in the back of my mind I'm thinking we're coming closer to the time of year where this stops being the case, and it's gonna fucking get dark at 4:30, and it just like, for those of us that already want to kill ourselves, like that is the worst.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah, it's good. It's good. It's fine. How are you?
You know.
Did you do anything since the last time we did this?
2 weeks ago? No, I haven't. I've just been encased in carbonite waiting to be defrosted for this.
Did you at least do a funny pose?
Yes.
Also, never mind. I have too many questions about like the physics of the carbonite in Star Wars, but I realize that that's a dumb place to start asking questions about that universe.
So let's start. What's the deal with carbonite? You hear about this? You seen this?
That's a good Jerry Seinfeld bit.
It's not carbon. What is it?
Jerry Seinfeld would love carbonite because you could, keep women young that way.
Gross.
It is.
Gross.
Yeah.
Oh, but I'm doing well. I'm alive, I guess. Wait. Yep, still alive.
Big if true.
Huge if true. Huge if. Oh, today is Tuesday.
All right, should I do the thing now?
Oh, yeah. Hey, what are we doing here?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, days and thems, this is Talking Out Our Ass. It's the only bi-weekly talk show that's being live streamed in North Korea. Every 2 weeks, or just any random Tuesday that we feel like it. Sam Reeves alongside yours truly, Stu Kid. We get on here and we host a talk show, an interview show. We bring a guest on and we ask them questions. But the catch here is that we don't know what the topic of conversation is going to be. We tell the guest to come prepared with something that they'd like to talk about, but we insist that they not tell us and what they want to talk about. We don't get debriefed. Right now, the two of us have no idea what this guest is going to want to be interviewed about. And then we have to just do it live.
Do it live.
Fucking thing sucks. So I just watched that clip again the other day. I love that so much. Anyway, yeah, I think I said all the things.
You have debriefed the people.
And more than likely, anyone watching or listening right now, and I say that as if there's an audio form of this, as if we weren't too lazy to put out an audio form of this. Yeah, you probably know that already if you're consuming this product at this point. But if not, now you know, because I just said all of it. And if you didn't catch what the premise of the show is, get off your phone. Get off your phone.
Well, what if we're watching this on that phone?
Stay on your phone. So the next thing that happens, Sam, is that you bring on the guest. Can you please do that?
Perfect. I'm going to do something that we haven't done through 50 episodes of this show. I wrote an intro.
Why would you tell people that? You could have just been cool about it.
You think people would know? They would know, man. All my intros are shit, so they would know.
I don't know, man. I think like half of our audience is basically dead.
Most of our audience is dead.
Yeah.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, theys and thems. You may know our guests from their hit detective show, Lewicki and McCool. You may know them from That Thing. Our guest is an EGOT winner 13 times over, 9-time sexiest man alive, Times Person of the Year 6 years running, has never lost a game of pickleball in their life. You've seen their work in such TV shows as Bad Sisters on Apple TV, NBC's 30 Rock, New Girl, United States of Terror, Animaniacs, Just Shoot Me, and much more. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show the ageless wonder, Brett Baer.
You did that too loud. And I don't know.
Nobody can hear. Hey, oh my God. Bring him out. Bring him out.
I don't know if anyone heard you shouting Bonnie Hunt's name, but here's Hot Dog Larry.
Chicago legend, Bonnie Hunt. That's me. Oh my God. This is, I can't believe I'm here with you guys on the Asscast.
No,
Incredible.
You're not on the Asscast. It's the wrong show.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
The Ass
talking
Network.
out our ass.
So you were correct to not believe that because
it's
true.
Yeah.
Well, see, I'm learning on the fly.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out the voting, devoting thing because that didn't really make sense to me. But I'm trying to figure it out.
It doesn't make sense to me either, but I just
most of what Sam says doesn't make any sense. You just kind of have to humor him.
Well, he's the lion. The lion who shit his pants and cries in the shower. That's our man.
There we go. Now that character is a lion.
Now we have a new animated TV series to create.
All right.
Yeah, let's go.
Get on it, Bonnie.
Let's start right now.
Let's do it. This is the brainstorm session, everybody.
Oh my God. I can't believe I'm actually like talking to you both for the first time in like years of knowing who you are.
Well, I can't believe I'm talking to you.
Likewise, it's a fucking honor. I wish we could have pretended like we are old friends and talk all the time.
We could do that. We'll start right now.
We've had many fireside chats.
Oh yeah.
Discussing, war strategy and so forth.
Absolutely. And, FDR stuff. Yeah.
Making sure we're all united behind the queen or whatever.
She died, man.
Is that how World War II worked? We had to unite behind the queen?
Well, yeah, I think fireside chat. Churchill was involved in fireside chats at some point, right? So that's where my mind went. I don't. These are
maybe.
You'll find there's no looser dot connecting anywhere on Earth than on this show.
I love it.
Very true. Well, Mr. Baer, thank you for joining us. How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm all right. I've been better. I spent the entire night up and down out of bed trying to come up with a topic for the show. I realize now why you guys want your guests to like give you the topic because it's fucking hard. It's
and we don't have to do any work.
Yeah, the setup is fantastic for us.
You're brilliant. I mean, give yourselves a raise. But so I've been working on that. And then here's the thing. So I'm thinking about it all. I want to do a good job. I think it was I think Letterman said like, if you're going to be a guest on our show, then just at least do the work. Like come prepared. Like, you're not here on a fucking vacation. Like show up, be ready to like give me something. And so that's how I felt about this. Like I wanted to like deliver. And I just was like racking my brain and then I was like, here I have a subject matter. I'll do comedy. Like how easy is that? I could talk about that forever. So last night I'm like watching some of the, I go back 2 years to watch some of the subject matters that you guys have done. And of all people, Sam, the host, is a guest. Who's ever heard of that before? Who's ever heard of that? Yeah, exactly. And he chooses comedy. And I'm like, well, I can't do that now. So that was like at 4 a.m. So,
well, that's the best time to watch this, I think.
That's true.
I agree. I mean, I enjoyed it, but I'm telling you, I was like, I got work to do and like, but I'm here for you people.
Well, that's what do you mean, you people?
Yeah.
You can't say that. You know what? That's what I was going to talk about with comedy is like all the things that you can't say anymore. That I swear to God, I mean, you know, I started this business where you could do anything, where you could get away with murder. I mean, the kinds of things that I saw in my life. Because
you're out here defending free speech. Comedy's the last bastion.
Let's all go down and say the things we can't say.
I don't know. You know what? I mean, I'm telling you. I mean, I've been in writers' rooms now for 30 years, going back to I've actually sat in writers' rooms with people who like worked on the Lucy Show and Dick Van Dyke Show and stuff like that. So it's like, I'm like, it goes back to the beginning of time. And the things that happened in writers' rooms that when I first started versus what's going on, like, what you can do today. And then like, that doesn't even like, go to like the material that we can do or not do. But I'm always stunned by how much shit has changed.
Yeah, nowadays the writers are vaping their cocaine.
Absolutely. And you can't blame us.
A brave new
easier.
World.
It's true. It's easy.
Yeah.
Well, then what would you like this interview to be about?
What did you land on for the topic?
Okay, so since I can't do comedy because Sam covered it already, here's what I thought I would handle. Because I think I'm probably the oldest person that's ever been on the show. I'm going to assume I'm the oldest guest who's ever been on the show. Is that possible?
First of all, I saw your birthday post on happy belated birthday, by the way, on
Thank you,
on Twitter the other day. Looking at you, there's no fucking way you're 60 years old.
Oh, I am 60, pal.
I will literally, like, if someone said this is how it works, I would go out right now and murder a person to have your hair at 60.
Okay, listen, this is I'm talking to Sam Reeves, king of the good hair day, but I mean,
hello.
Yeah, I don't know. It's actually a burden. I'll tell you. It's
heavy is the head.
Yeah, exactly.
That holds the hair.
No, I'm old, and I've learned how to pretend I'm not and not show it, and but inside everything's falling apart. So that's the real on me.
Well, I'm also physically and internally falling apart, and I guess I'm speed running it.
Yeah, what are you guys? Are you guys millennials? Is that?
Well, yeah, whatever. We were both born in 93, whatever that means.
93. Holy shit! All right, that's perfect segue to my topic, because what I want to talk about is the greatest decade of all times.
Oh fuck!
The 1970s. Oh, you guys missed out. It was. I'm telling you, like it was. I mean, first of all, it was a great decade for the ugly. If you were ugly, you were in good shape, because even the attractive people apparently wanted to be ugly. I mean, the clothes we were wearing, the way we styled our hair, like it was like everybody was trying not to get laid. You know what I'm saying? Like, and yet
everyone was
getting laid. It was like a fucking just 9 to 5 sex party. And at 5 o'clock, we all went home to our wives. But no, I was a kid. Honestly, though, it was the craziest, insane decade. And my theory about this is that, like the 60s, all the kids in the 60s, like the generation above me, they were all working their asses off, right? To like change the culture, change the world, stop war, blah, blah, blah. And then like around 1970, well, probably like June of 1970, they all went like, okay, we did our job, putting my feet up, doing a bunch of coke, fucking anything that comes into sight. And I'll fuck a beanbag chair. I don't care. Like that was what was happening.
Yeah, but enough about my Monday.
You would have loved it, Steve. I swear. It was insanity, man. I mean, and I was a kid at the time growing up in it, and it was like a world that you can't even like imagine today because of like all the the way that people, I mean, listen, a lot of things changed there, I'm sure, are for the best. But it was a great way to grow up.
I am quite envious of that. So my first critical piece of information: from 1970 to 1980, what age are you?
I was, I'm guessing, I don't know, but like Northwestern grads, right? The smell of marijuana, I mean, I can remember it today. Like it just emanated from their place. But the thing was, for some reason, I also remember hanging out in their apartment, like with my buddy who was also 4 years old, and my parents, like, it was just like, yeah, go next. I mean, we're busy. I'm making dumplings or whatever the fuck, and my dad's at work, and I'm hanging out with the 20-year-old grad students who are, you know, I remember the apartment with the lava lamps and just the beanbag chairs and these kids, and they were super kind to us, but it was like, none of our parents had no idea where the hell we were, didn't care.
What was like? How do you end up as 4-year-olds with these college students? With like,
I don't know. I wish I could answer that, Stu. All I can tell you is that, like, I think it was just kind of like, well, go play. And in that time, I mean, my entire childhood, like from 4 to 14, my parents didn't know where the fuck I was. I mean, I don't know about
no,
you guys.
that part I understand.
Yeah.
What I'm not understanding is, of all the things you could have been doing, these 20-year-old kids were like, hey, it's 4-year-old children, come into our apartment.
We were pretty hip. We we had game. We could swing.
They were the ones sleeping with the babysitters at 4 years old,
Exactly.
There you
Oh,
go.
I'll tell you stories about that in a second, Sam, because that's part of this whole decade thing. I mean, I'm going to tell you. Oh, I'll get into it now. Okay, so we moved from Evanston to Deerfield, right? I'm living on the street in Deerfield called Apple Tree Lane. Apple Tree Lane. And all the parents on Apple Tree Lane, no joke, this is like 73, right? For some reason, all the parents decide, for a reason I cannot tell you to this day, to hire for the summer the hottest, most gorgeous University of Wisconsin co-eds to move in with us and become what they called summer girls. So, like, and I will remember this day for the rest of my life, the day that all these girls drove down from Wisconsin and showed up on our street and got out of their Volkswagen Bug, their Beetle, and they were the most beautiful women of all time. And they were moving into our houses, and I'm going to tell you, it set off a frenzy on our block. I promise you, it was like a Porky's like sex comedy on my street. All the parents started sleeping with other parents, and divorced, and then like hooked up. I swear to God, and
those things don't. Those are not.
because
hey, there's these hot girls. I should fuck my neighbor
because they couldn't fuck the hot girls because they were 19-year-olds, and all these guys knew it. Like my summer girl, the delightful the delightful Miss Pat Cuddy, the beautiful Pat Cuddy. She moves into our. I remember the day she showed up. My sister and I. We were like a Warner Brothers cartoon, like bouncing off the walls. And my sister was gay, didn't know it yet at the time, but this probably was the reason. So we're like going bananas because this incredibly beautiful woman shows up to live in our house with us. And this is what I remember. For some reason, I was wearing a leopard skin fedora with a feather coming out of it that I think I got at Brookfield Zoo.
Wow, you did have game.
I did have game. I was a pimp. I was like a 6-year-old pimp. And this woman comes into our lives. And I think, like I was trying to say, is like everybody, I think, went absolutely bananas. Like they went out of their minds. And the parents didn't know what to do with it. And then it just like created this whole sort of like second kind of wind. And they all like they weren't, having sex with each other anymore because, they were married.
Right.
So then they just started like hopping across the street. It was insane. And
yeah, a hilarious feature of heterosexual relationships is the like what we all refer to as the baby boomer genre of humor that is I hate my wife.
Right. Exactly.
Which is just always funny to me, but not in the way that it's funny to them.
Who says it's humor?
To them, it's like sincerely cathartic. I always feel like, why is every joke about how much you hate each other? Don't do this then.
It is so much a thing of that time, but I think like some of it, Stoop, is that like, you know, my mom and dad, when they got together, were like 23 and 22. No, that's when they met, when they were 18, 19. They got married at 22 and 23. I was born immediately. Like when I think like I can't believe I was raised by 22-year-olds. Like no wonder all this shit happened. Like I mean, it's no question why I'm a comedy writer, because my head's so messed up because of all this stuff I'm telling you. Like, I'm going to tell you this, like, I shouldn't tell you this, but I will. Do you want to hear it?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So
like,
you know, you could feel like this energy was like, just like going, the sexual energy was just like going all black with these chicks there. Right. So we can't say chicks anymore. Stoop, what are you doing? Why would you say that? Don't let me do that anymore.
I'm already canceled.
Yeah. So we like this girl up the block from me, who had one of the summer girls, she says to me and this other kid on the block, Stewie Siegel, her name is Holly Bloomberg. Holly Bloomberg says to me and Stewie Siegel, she goes, hey, I figured out how babies are made. I'm like, oh yeah? Tell us how the babies are made. You know, kids. Kindergarten, right? Maybe first grade. She's like, yeah, and she tells us blah, blah, blah. And we're like, well, let's make some babies. But, you know, there were three of us. And we had to figure, like, you know, what we don't know from the menage a trois. We couldn't go there. So we're like, well, what are we going to do? And Holly's like, I know what to do. In the back of her basement, she has a dress mannequin, like, you know, a sewing mannequin, you know? So that becomes our fourth partner. So then, so now you know, I'll be honest. Stewie there was he was the alpha, I was a beta. So Stewie's like, I'm taking Holly, and I'm like, I got the dress mannequin. So this is all true. So we all pulled down our pants to, you know, we're standing up, like nobody knows what the hell we're doing, right?
Sure.
So we all pull our pants down to our knees. And we're all kind of like pressing our junk up against each other. Well, I'm pressing my junk up against the dress mannequin, making babies. And at a certain point, I'm sure I was kind of like this. I mean, this seems unfair. And I don't know how I'm assuming, because I don't remember exactly. I must have been like, hey, excuse me. So we switched partners. So, you know, I mean, at 6 years old, it was just seconds, right?
It's like, the 70s, man.
It's the 70s. Go nuts. Go nuts.
Go nuts.
So I lost my virginity at 6 years old to a dress mannequin. But I have never told that story. But I just want you to know that is the kind of energy that was I mean, you know, like, you know, our
what? So wait, so what year? So this is what, 72? So Vietnam's not even over.
No, I mean, I'll tell you, man. I mean, I remember Vietnam. Like, Vietnam was sort of like, you know, like when you turn on TV at all, it's just like there's images of Trump, and you're just like, Trump, 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 Trump. That's what Vietnam was like. But it was like, you know, I mean, like, and it was dark, and you could feel, as a kid, even, like, you could feel the heaviness. I remember this kid across the street, Brad Ornstein. He was like a teenager at the time.
These are, by the way, these are all pseudonyms for the audience out there. None of these are real.
None of these are real. Yes, exactly. This kid would ride up and down the street on his bike. You know, he had the chopper bike, you know, the Schwinn chopper, right? Yeah. And but he was wearing like an army helmet, you know, like it was like his brother's Vietnam Army helmet. It's like it was like, it was just sort of like, it permeated sort of like the whole. So you had like this kind of banana sort of sexual culture, but it wasn't like the 60s sexual revolution where it's like, we're making a point. It was just sort of like, just people like, yeah, like, let's go nuts. Like, it was so crazy. Like, there was no purpose to it. That's why the 70s is so great, because we were so stupid and had no reason to be, you know, that's why disco became so popular, because, you know, we were just like, hey, let's be gay for a second, and just all kind of like doing that.
And the biggest advantage from our point of view is the internet doesn't exist. Social media doesn't exist. You can do these things and you continue living your life.
Exactly. You know what we had? Pong. We had Pong. Like, I remember the first neighbor who got Pong on the block, and we're all like sitting around looking at the TV screen with this like ga-dunk, ga-dunk.
How did they do that?
Blown away. Blown away. And like, I'm not going to get in the 80s when I saw my first Apple computer and it was like, I made a graph.
Right.
I still don't know how to make graphs.
But, you know, I was like in computer classes in, probably 1979 when I was like just getting into junior high school. I was like, oh, we were, it's like, if this, then that equals, if this, then that equals, that's the level we were at with the computer.
Yeah, well, I think that Sam and I are generationally in a unique position where we're at the very, very tail end of that still being a thing. We, obviously you go even like 3 years after we're born, those people probably did not have computer class, typing class, any of that stuff, because it came around when they were still, tiny. And and people born now are just completely fucked for so many reasons. But, we like Sam and we're right at the end of that, where I had cassette tapes that we would listen to in the car. And we did in elementary school, middle school, we had typing class and shit like that.
With actual typewriters?
No, with computers. But
okay.
With blocky computers.
Yes,
because
very
I
blocky.
had a Gutenberg press that they were teaching us how to, put the letters in and then run the press. And like that's how old I am.
Really cool.
And that's how he still writes today.
I do. It's right over here.
It's like, I have the script ready. It's 1,400 pages for 10 minutes of shooting.
Yeah, but like you
Samuel,
actually
have to ask
listen
a question because I'm gonna pee my pants if I don't go pee.
Go pee. But while he's doing that, I gotta ask this: like, you guys actually had cassette tapes that you listened to?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. You didn't have 8-track, right?
No, we weren't on 8-track, but we just had regular cassettes.
So we had the 8-track tape, which apparently had quality sound. But like, you'd be like listening to an 8-track. And getting having a nice time with a girl or whatever, and it'd be like listening to music, and there was always this like ka-chunk, right in the middle of a song, ka-chunk, and it would switch to the other track, so it'd be like, baby, baby, don't get hooked on ka-chunk, me, it's like that was the music of my and the LP, going to the record store. I remember listening to WLS AM. Somebody used to put out this like thing that they put in record stores that had like the lyrics to the songs on the back of it. So like, it was really hip to like go get the lyrics to a song, and then we'd all sit at recess, sit in a circle under a tree and kind of like sing to each other. But it was just like 5, prepubescent guys singing, songs to each other, like, don't get hooked on me, baby.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Yeah. It was nuts.
So obviously you're in the entertainment industry, and
I am.
So what is the best representation of the 70s that you've seen in the entertainment? Is it Dazed and Confused? Is it that 70s show? Is anything that puts any of that in your mind? Like, oh yeah, I can't remember it being like that. Or
I mean, I think the 70s show did a good job from a network television standpoint of kind of depicting sort of like here's the thing. I was like a generation under, like, not generation, but I was like I was probably about 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 when those kids were the teenagers so I remember like all my buddies older brothers like getting high in the basement together and just kind of being like, hey, okay. Or, watching cable for the first time where like, you'd be watching through the your parents didn't pay for the channel, but you could see through the fuzzy bars that there were naked people there. That was fun. And Dazed and Confused is probably like the most legitimate representation of that period from my memory. Like, again, those kids obviously were older than I was, but like, my neighbors were all that age. So, we used to always just hang out and watch them and kind of like fantasize that we were as cool as they were. I was going to tell you, my 16-year-old neighbor, I won't tell you his name, but he lost his virginity to my summer girl.
Oh my.
Yeah. So I found that out later, much later, thank God, because I was angry. That hurt. I can't believe I didn't make that happen with my leopard fedora.
The feather. I mean,
coming out.
you just gotta, really play into it.
Yeah. Welcome back, Stu.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
I have to ask, how was that piss?
Satisfactory. It did the job.
It happens.
Whatever.
Was it better than Sam shitting his pants?
Oh, well, that depends on what you consider good. It's all relative.
Hey, it's a warm feeling that I can feel, but everyone can see.
Yeah. When I think about the 70s,
yeah,
it's all like tan and beige and brown.
Was
the air tan?
Yeah, was the world sepia tinted or?
Yeah, it's like sepia, but not in the way where it's like a turn of the century photograph. It's like
right.
Everything's faded because of the cigarette smoke.
Yes, definitely. I mean, I remember my mom, smoking in the car. I mean, I spent.
By the way, that's another like generational thing where Sam and I are pretty much the last American people alive to remember smoking and non-smoking sections in places.
Oh yeah. Oh, I remember smoking on the airplane, that they had like, non-smoking section of the airplane, which is like
hilarious.
What is that?
Insane.
The guy in the row right in front of you just like, everybody just had, the smoke wafting up, and like they had ashtrays in the arm of the airplane chair and shit like that. My mom did me the justice during the winter, especially, when the windows had to be up, to open that little triangle window that we used to have, in the car, the little air vent window, because the smoke essentially was supposed to go out that window. But of course it didn't. It went right into my lungs.
No, air's coming in that window.
I won't be here very long, folks. I mean, that's the 70s were great, but it also probably killed me.
I mean, we've long talked about, wanting to bring smoking back to airplanes so that babies will stop crying. They're crying. Give them a cigarette. They're fine.
You know what, Sam? I would support that. Like, I'm almost willing to run for office just to make that happen.
We can make it. We can.
You've got our vote.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. I just so going back to the color thing. So like, yeah, beige and tan, definitely beige and tan, beige and tan, beige and tan. In fact, I think, well, this is, I guess, the 80s because I was in high school, but I wore a beige tuxedo to my freshman prom. So like, have you ever seen a beige tuxedo?
I've not. No.
Do you know anybody who would ever choose a beige tuxedo?
I might to be quirky.
Yeah.
But
was it corduroy?
Nowadays, it's pretty much I have regular suits. If I had to wear a tuxedo for anything, I would go rented, and I doubt that that's one of the options.
I guess I should.
Yeah, but apparently it was, because I didn't own a beige tuxedo. I rented a beige tuxedo, and I had plenty of corduroy. But to the color thing, like there was a lot of beige and a lot of tan, but then there were these like ridiculously awful colors like orange and green and yellow. Yeah. My mom and dad.
It's the Astros jerseys is what I picture. That gradient between like red and brown and in between.
Red, brown, and don't forget the green, the awful puke green. I had like a green leisure suit that my parents bought for me when I was 6 years old. It was part of my pimp costume,
Yeah, with that and the fedora hat, you're really rocking it.
We actually had an old couch that was those colors. It was tan, beige, and puke green, like striped colored. And we called it the pickle couch because it smelled like pickles.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. I can think of several places where the carpet is that exact pattern.
Yeah. Oh, and the shag carpet, that was like about this thick, right? It was like oh my God, is that Jackie?
That is Jackie.
This, honestly, like this, your network is the only place I see Jackie. And I miss it because I'm too lazy to get onto Blue Sky, but I miss her. She's hilarious and brilliant. It was we actually, I don't know. do people still have? We had a shag carpet that required. I'm not kidding. I just remembered this. That required a rake. We actually had a shag carpet rake that we kept in the hall closet. Come out and rake the shag. Like
Amazing.
That
Amazing.
would
I
have
don't know
been
what-
so helpful. We had 2 shag rugs in our house for a long time, and we were like, every time we vacuum this, nothing comes up. How the
No.
heck do we do this? A
No
rake
rake.
would have been the answer.
Yeah, I mean, basically, we rake the thing, and I think all we ended up with at the end was like a merkin, basically, if you know what that is. It's like, wow.
Make your own merkin at home.
Oh, the things I'm remembering because I'm talking to you guys about this. It was a crazy time, nuts, but wonderful, but also killed me. It's killing me.
It's only killing you as much as the plastic is killing us.
Right.
You know, the divide is are you full of lead or are you full of microplastics?
Here's the thing. This is where we're different. I got both of them. I got the microplastics and
But I think there's got to be something to like what level of your human development you are when you're exposed to these things.
Oh yeah, sure. Let's go with
that. You know, because I think by the time plastic is really getting into you, other than Teflon, which was getting in there the whole time.
That's right.
By the time I feel like you're grown and your system's more equipped, and the lead is protecting you.
Yeah.
What?
I'll tell you. Well, go ahead. You were going to say something? Or you want me to?
No, please.
Okay, so I was going to just bring up the fact. This kind of gets back into the comedy thing, Sam. Which I mean, I've always appreciated that you love comedy and that you took the topic, but on your own show. But here's the thing. I would say, like, what was kind of fascinating was that the 70s also was kind of like this tipping point culturally and comedy wise between sort of this older generation of like the take my wife please kind of shit that you were talking about, Stoop, and the like
Rodney Dangerfields and
right, and then this sort of like new observational stuff that was pre Seinfeld, but like Carlin or whatever. But then by like the mid 70s, this group of comedy people that were like this kind of like the SNL crowd, right? Like the National Lampoon Radio Hour kind of guys. There was this kind of like poke you in the eye kind of comedy. This kind of like, we're going to sort of like, for years, nobody was talking about race. For years, nobody was talking about like, how women were being demeaned, blah, blah, blah. And then there was this entire generation of comics, these young 20-year-olds who came along. And I think SNL probably was the, I mean, I don't want to demean SNL, but the commercialization of this like movement where it was like they finally like put it on network TV, but it was like all of a sudden, like people were like turning over like the apple cart and going like, no, we're gonna say those, like you won't even go to the subject matter. We're gonna say the words. I had a really interesting thing happen to me when I was. So I was growing up and I stumbled on SNL really early in my life. And one of the first SNL bits that people talk about is this Chevy Chase, Richard Pryor bit. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it's pretty.
Oh yeah.
Pretty.
If we're talking about the N-word one, yeah.
Yeah. Word association, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, look, I mean, Richard.
Was that
Pryor,
on SNL? I've seen that. I didn't know where
that was on SNL.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Chevy Chase and Richard Pryor. Richard, wrote it with
Sam would have
Chevy
fit right in.
I don't even want to know about that. But I will tell you this. It's like, okay, so that's what I'm talking about, right? Like, so for years, nobody's even talking about race relations and maybe Lenny Bruce, right? Like on the outskirt, like on the very, very far edges of comedy, a guy who's getting arrested for doing it.
Right. Getting arrested for being profane. Yeah.
Exactly. Right. For being profane. But in reality, because he's actually like going to the thing. Right. And then these guys, that's why I talk about the commercialization, because it's not commercialization. That's the wrong way. It was the sort of the ability to put it out to the general public. What SNL did was they captured a culture and found a space and time on network television, 10:30 on Saturday night, when everybody's out partying, getting drunk, getting high, and fucking each other. Nobody's watching, so who cares? But they found this window to be able to do that kind of comedy on network TV. So a sketch like that goes on, right? And it was groundbreaking in that, holy crap, they're going there, like they're saying it. And again, like I've had my own experience with this subject matter on 30 Rock, actually, which was kind of the oddly sort of the bookend to this in a weird way, if you want to sort of like think of it in terms of Saturday Night Live with Chevy and Tina. But what was interesting to me was at the time they were just kind of like going past and further than anybody had ever gone before. But then I remember at the rap party for New Girl, I was talking to two of my favorite writers, two young kids. They were just the most brilliant comedy people I'd ever worked with, or among the most brilliant, because I've worked with so many talented, amazing comedy people, young kids. And I was telling them about this sketch and they'd never heard about it before. And I was explaining it to them and they were just like, oh no. Oh no. No. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. And they're like, no. No. And I was like, wow. And what I learned at that moment that I think was like a turning point for me, because this was like 2017, right? And this gets into this whole cultural change that's happened over the last 8 years. So now we're not talking about the 70s, but kind of we are. That I remember going like, oh, everything's changing, because I had nothing but respect for these two comedy writers. They were two of the funniest, smartest, sharpest minds I knew, who were going like, no, we don't do that anymore. And for me and my generation, that's what we were always about, which was, oh, you don't want to go there? You don't want to say that? Well, guess what, motherfucker? We're going to do it. We're going to like say the thing. I mean, you look at a movie like Blazing Saddles, for example. Yeah. Written by Richard Pryor.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah. I mean, in part. By the way, this is a little side note. I don't know if you care about this, but I think that my writing partner Dave and I wrote the very last thing that Richard Pryor ever did on screen, which is a whole kind of painful story, actually.
That's
but
insane.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, that's his thing to me.
You just humble brag, whatever.
No, it was awful. It was just.
But I mean, those of us that know anything about any of this, mad respect to that generation, your generation, the people that did break that, push the envelope for the first time and say that stuff. I think that the sincere or earnest counter argument now for not doing that is, well, it's been done. So at this point,
I agree.
At this point, you are not being subversive. You just want to get away with being offensive.
Yep. I think that's exactly right. And I totally agree with you, Stu. It's really interesting because it's like that needed to happen. And so for me, kind of off topic here, but for me, being in the generation I was, where that's what I grew up watching and seeing and doing through the 80s even and into the 90s, and then seeing all of a sudden the cultural change and going like, oh, we're not doing that anymore. And it's up to me as a writer or as a person to go, oh, that moment's past. Like we're someplace else.
Yeah, we
now.
did it. We did it. It's been done.
Yeah.
It needed to happen, and we did it.
Yeah. And it's important. And I think it's important to recognize that. And I think, part of what, one of the things that I find amazing is having grown up in the 70s and having experienced that stuff happening for the first time. And then saying like, okay, and now this is, this is part of the thing about getting older, is you say, we had our moment. And now I'm passing the baton on to younger writers who I really believe in and love and adore, who have a different perspective on the universe, perhaps in some part by what my generation that trained me did. And it's really important to say, and now this is yours, and now this culture is yours, and now comedy is yours. And I think one of the reasons that I'm still working is because I'm curious and I'm passionate about it. Like I want to understand, why Lin-Manuel Miranda became like a hilarious meme to everybody of a certain generation. I want to understand why PCA thinks that Babe Ruth didn't exist.
I don't think he sincerely thinks that, but
He probably does.
But you can never tell. You really can never tell.
No,
it's like with flat earthers. You're pretty sure they're not being sincere, but you can't.
Hey, but look,
sure.
I got a 2005 World Series baseball bat right here with Carl Everett's name on it, and the guy didn't believe in dinosaurs. So I mean,
it's true.
I like to pick on PCA just because it's fun, just because I don't know, because it drives Cubs fans out of their minds. Anyway, have I driven us so far off topic that we're gonna get arrested?
That's the point of this show, is we're not supposed to stay on topic at all, because we never do.
Then I would have gone crazy. But do I ramble too much too? Like, should I shut up?
No, please don't.
This is the thing.
This is your show at this point.
It is?
Yes.
Oh no.
We're the guests now at this point.
Did you have a pet rock?
I did.
There we go.
Okay, so listen, man. This is the thing. Like, I was in 4th grade, and for whatever reason, it seemed like in the 70s, at least to me, and maybe it happened in other generations. I didn't just get on the train for it because I was older or whatever. But it just felt like the 70s were just like built on this stuff, like the pet rock, with these fads, right? That would come along. Like, I mean, all of a sudden it was like, well, you've got to have a pet rock. And I built a home for it in a cardboard shoebox. And like, I think we had to bring him into school and show him off. And I remember what my pet rock looked like. The mood ring, which, today, like, I mean,
I don't think that ever stops. I think that is still
the mood ring now is just Bluetooth accessible, and
exactly right.
No, I don't think the fad thing, in grade school or whatever, among young people, I don't think that ever stops. We had the we had the 6-7 thing. The problem is that now there's no protection. Kids can't keep these fads to themselves.
Right.
That's impossible.
True. Yeah.
It's kind of sad in a way, but we certainly had that kind of shit. I mean,
yeah,
Sam, we were probably in like 5th or 6th grade with the fucking Lance Armstrong Live Strong band.
Oh yeah, right.
You had to, if you're anybody, you got to have one of them.
Sure.
I wasn't anybody. I was too poor for that.
I also was too poor, but is like that's hilarious in retrospect.
I'm gonna guess Pogs was probably ahead of your time.
That was ahead of us, yeah.
But only slightly, yes.
Pokemon
was us. Is us squarely. It's been claimed by younger people. Fuck you. No,
your Pokemon Go is bullshit.
And also, I'm taking pride in a thing that I never cared about or took part in at all. But that was us.
Right. My youngest son, I think, is just a couple years younger than he was born in 95. So yeah, I kind of like I could be your father. I might be.
I can't prove that
both of my parents are older than you, so.
Is that right? Really?
Oh yeah, right. Same. Yeah,
Stoop's parents are older than everybody. So
yeah, my parents were born in 55 and 57 respectively. So they've got some.
But
that's
you're
also
an only child.
Yeah, well, and that's also the reason.
Can't you tell?
that's also the reason why I have any like frame of reference for this conversation and why I knew to ask you about a pet rock and so on.
Yeah. You know what else was the getting back to the sex shit? I got it right back here. So this right here.
Thinking about my parents, I gotta talk about sex.
Speaking of Steve's parents, let's talk about sex.
No, I'm talking about fads, not your parents, but maybe your parents were into this. I don't know. So this right here is something my dad brought me from. I think it was either the 1973 or 1974 opening day giveaway at Comiskey Park.
Yes, my father would have been at that game because he was at every game in this whole decade.
Yeah. So this was the day that, for whatever reason, there were like a bevy of streakers that ran across the field. Dick Allen era. That's exactly right.
My dad's favorite player.
Yeah, is that right? Dick Allen was amazing. I mean, to have
Your
seen
dad
Dick
likes
Allen
Dick.
The coolest guy that ever played for probably in general, just the coolest guy.
Absolutely, no question. If you're smoking a cigarette in the dugout and juggling baseballs,
it doesn't get cooler than that.
It's incredible.
And like my dad always points out that the media wasn't always favorable to Dick Allen because he was cold and kind of jerky to the media. But if you think about what he must have had to endure coming up through baseball, playing in the South in the 60s and playing in Philly and all this shit, like
you hear anybody talk about this guy, they just have nothing but good things to say. Like Steve Stone constantly talks about like what a great guy this guy was and what a great teammate. And I mean the arms on this dude and the power that he had, that was incredible. I mean, to watch him play, he always wore his helmet at first base. Do you guys know that? He never wore a baseball cap on the field. He always wore his helmet out to play first.
Like John Olerud.
There's probably a story about he did that because people would throw shit at him from the stands or something.
Yeah, the sad truth is you're probably right.
Yeah,
probably a factor in that.
That's a whole part of the 70s we're not really getting into. It was, there was tough stuff going on between.
Well, demographically, we're the three most qualified guys to talk about it.
Very true.
Absolutely,
all encompassing conversation about this.
So here's how I'm impressed.
What I guess you're pretty young for the 70s, but what kind of music are you listening to at the time? Like what are notable artists or bands that come to mind?
Kiss, baby. I mean, I think I'm the only guy who ever bought Peter Criss's solo album. I mean, I was so into Kiss, and I wasn't a huge music guy. So I listened to a lot of stuff that my parents listened to, which makes me like just a super nerd. But a lot of classic rock. The 70s. I mean, and that the culture was just kind of like hijacked by disco during the late 70s. So that was a kind of wild experience to be a part of that. Like I was talking to Snoop earlier. Like I'm half Jewish, grew up mostly on the North Shore. And so I went to, maybe 6,000 bar mitzvahs. And it was like all disco dancing all the time with the lighted floors and the collars out to here like buzzard wings,
Hell yeah.
I'm just picturing Hasidic Jews like,
and they're still doing it.
And they haven't left the disco era.
Yeah, because there's nothing but Hasidic Jews all over Deerfield and Highland Park. They're just all, it's so orthodox up there. You'd be shocked. I don't know what's going on up in Mundelein, but
yeah, I mean, hey, it's tough up here too.
Sam hadn't met a Jew until we started this podcast.
Now I can't stop meeting them. No, I mean, were you ever in like a yacht rock fan? Like, were you an Eagles person or anything like that? Or
I listened to all that stuff, but it was all like whatever was on the radio. Like AM radio growing up was like, the thing. And so it was just like listening constantly to like whatever the top 30 to top 20 was,
the top song
fast. And I would turn and like, you can beat it now.
Smart.
I like, man, if only I had a phone to pass the time or something.
Okay, now I feel bad talking about this, but this is true. So my entire childhood on the North Shore in Chicago, there growing up in the 70s, I went to a camp called Apache Day Camp, where the theme was all, it was all Native American based. It was all indigenous based.
Did that too. In the 90s and early 2000s.
It was, when I think back to like sort of the, it was insane. Like what, there were like adult, we were a bunch of kids, or I think I was probably in second grade or third grade, right? There were counselors who would come for the big, like, the end of, camp ceremony and stuff like that, dressed in like native wear, but they were like wearing loincloths, like in the wind with no underwear underneath. This is what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, and like they would be flapping around, and the guy boys and girls, and we're all just going like, "What's happening? Like, why are we subjected to this? This is not a way to spend the summer."
Yeah.
And it's just, but I'm telling.
Oh. Am I frozen? Is he frozen?
Nope,
Are you frozen? Okay. All right. Great.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like camp is always a weird place for a lot of that stuff. Like even when I was, in the 90s it was a Bible camp, but it was all like Native American themed. And I'm like, we are the whitest people I've ever seen here.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
Oh, you want to talk about summer camp? I spent a summer in Interlaken, which has been in the news quite a bit lately, up in Michigan there with
the summer camp shut him down.
Big summer camp.
It was the summer camp where he started recruiting, apparently.
Who?
Allegedly. Allegedly. I was frozen?
Yeah. We don't know who was recruiting there. Maybe that's for the best.
It might be. Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Allegedly. Friend of the show.
The New York tax guy.
Have I broken the ass cast? I mean, is talk out your ass like, have I killed it? Have I destroyed the entire
Let's hope so.
franchise? Yes. This is the 50th.
This is the 50th you guys have done? We've done.
Wow.
It's pretty fucking impressive.
No, it's not.
Yeah. We're very impressive that we just bring on somebody and make them do all our work for us.
We do.
Maybe so. But I got to say, though, like, because I think about this sometime, all you guys who have the podcast in Chicago, like, I mean, you're all amazing. You do great stuff. You do it all the time. And you have regular jobs and you still do this.
Mm-hmm.
How does that work?
Well, I just don't have a life or friends or, do anything.
I just don't leave my house. So it makes it easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I work where I live and I live where I work.
Yeah. So, I don't have money to like go, give myself life experiences because I just spend all my money on car parts and then I put together cars that never work. And it's a perpetual cycle that, successfully keeps me from doing anything.
This is the truth now. So you actually like restore cars?
I don't know about restore. Break is more accurate, probably.
He breaks them trying to restore them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm trusting him with my cars.
Yeah. Everyone should.
Are you a mechanic by trade?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
It's my.
Come on, Stoop, dox yourself.
Well, it's my second job. It's my second job, part-time job is as like an actual mechanic. Otherwise, it's just what I'm doing in my free time. And my primary job is still automotive. It's just not, it's a machining gig. We make parts for race cars.
Oh, okay.
So we make parts for the American working man because that's who I am and that's who I care about.
Cool.
That's right. It's actually really the opposite of that, Sam, because like. These like I'll assemble a rear end for one of those Top Fuel drag. Like if you turn on the TV and the Top Fuel dragsters are on the TV, the rear ends in those cars probably came from me. And
wow, fixed my rear end.
They're fucking like $20,000 a pop. So it's really not for the working man.
Yeah. But this is like the most amazing thing to hear because who guesses this? I mean, does anybody know this? You talk about this stuff?
Probably not. No, and that's fine with me.
Yeah, I get it. That's why I'm poking at it. But, and now you, Sam, like, how do you spend your days? Like, what's your life like?
Just
besides your hammock.
Just jacking it.
Yeah, just jacking it pretty much all day. No.
You make a living doing that?
Yes. OnlyFans pays, man.
Do like 6 hours with you.
Yes,
I would do 6 hours with you. I just
we should organize some kind of thing where it's like a charity radio-thon or something. But again, we're not going to do that because that's a lot of work.
That requires us to do effort. Obviously, you made one of my favorite shows.
You don't want to help people.
Yeah, true. We don't.
That's right.
We hate charity.
What were you saying, Sam?
You've obviously helped make one of my favorite shows of all time, in New Girl. So this has been an amazing treat for me. I'm
glad, man.
Know anybody in the business, let alone something I ridiculously enjoy. So thank you.
That means a lot, actually. I mean, you put all that time in and all that energy and hours and blood, sweat, and tears, and it's like, you know what? It feels good when people say, "Yeah, it meant something to me." That's cool.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
then I just let it run on my TV. You're pretty much on a loop, and I think I've seen it like 25 times through fully. So
Please
I
keep
mean,
watching. Please
I will keep watching. So you get all your pennies.
All of
I will
it.
make sure get those residuals keep going. But I'll ask you this: is the reunion happening, or a reboot happening?
Yeah, you don't have to worry about. You don't have to worry about the leaking.
I've seen the
press. See this.
I saw Liz say some things. I've seen Max say some things.
Oh yeah, it's definitely happening. It's going to take place in Hawaii. That the whole story revolves now around Winston, so it's called The New Boy because he moves in with a group of different friends, and then our friends have to come back and kind of like woo him away. Schmidt has opened up a hardware store. He's given up his metro life and become sort of more of a blue collar dude.
Well, that's
Nick...
awesome. Now Winston can stop doing insurance commercials.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm happy for Mr. Lamorne Morris. He's done
Emmy
okay.
winner Lamorne Morris.
Yeah. No, I don't want to ruin the bit, so I'm just going to say yes.
Much appreciated.
Happening.
Much
nice. It's happening.
Hell yeah!
It's been a great bit.
They're written and they're excellent.
You heard it here first, folks.
You heard it here. Well, not first. I'm just repeating what everybody else has been saying.
Nope. You heard it here first. God damn it.
Okay. You heard it here first. Well, you heard the Hawaii stuff first.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. Is there anything you want to promote or anything while you're here?
No, I'm just I'm grateful that you guys reached out. I'm glad to be a part of the community and glad to get a chance to talk to two people I've been following on X for X amount of years, and I really I've had a good time, and I hope I didn't just shit the bed like Sam at the beginning of the show.
Well, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. Thank you, everybody who watched along tonight. Go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for chatting along. We'll see you guys on Thursday for AskCast. Have a lovely evening, everybody. Goodbye.